Alrighty, today we're going to be installing a 220, 240 volt heater, and this time we're going to have a 4-conductor thermostat. So we'll open up where we're going to hook our wires into it. So on this end we have a red and a black. And our Romex will come in through this where we have our connector here. So we'll just bend this back and forth. It can be time consuming, but you don't let it bother you. My name is Cal, and that he loves the kittens. It can be tricky, but you don't let it bother you. There we go. Okay, we're going to use the plastic push-in Romex connector, so we'll just push in our hole here. And we'll cut our Romex back here. And it just goes in here like this. strip our wire here. So here in the country I was born in, we'll use number 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps for both 110, 120 and 220, 240. Get all your debris out. Now you'll see a green screw down here, that's our ground. You make your loop the direction your screw turns. Shape it up like this, and we'll get it down here. And we'll close our loop the direction our screw turns. Yeah. Okay, I'm recording right now, so. Alright, so what's up?
I just wanted to see if you could scribble on that, your signature real quick. Oh, I don't know if you actually have to write a letter or if that's all we'll have to do. You just use your finger and try to sign it like if it was a pen. It works. They make it look really nice too.
Okay.
They do something to it to make it look fancier. And then I just need your email address. Okay. I can put it in there since you're working.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it's David Berquist, D-A-V-I-D, B-E-R-Q-U-I-S-T, 334 at gmail.com.
Okay, let's see what this does. I don't know, it's possible that this is all I need, and I don't need an actual letter. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm gonna, CD electric, this is a brand new one.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so
I got your bike in.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I don't know. I wanted to see if Melissa. I might be coming in here with Melissa.
Oh, okay.
Co-chair.
Okay, but let her know the camera's recording.
Oh, okay. I
And
will.
if I can't find my wire strippers, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Here they are. So we're going to cut this cap off. And we're going to strip these wires back. And we'll strip these wires here. It's our number 12 coming in. And since we're using a white wire live, we have to remark it with some tape so people know it's live. Red will be ideal, but we don't have red, so we're going to use black. Here in the country I was born in, black, red, and blue are your live colors, and white is the only color allowed to be used for a neutral. So we're going to just remark this white wire. live. All you can do. All you can do. And on our thermostat, the power goes in the red pair and the power goes out on our black pair. So we're going to hook this up. We have 4 wire nuts here. So we'll hook our 2 black wires to the wires that go to the heater here. So get these down here out of our way. Okay, I'll strip these wires a little longer so we can wrap them around these wires here. This one's a little bit more solid, so I'll clip that off a little bit. Okay, so we're going to hook our line up to the red and our load to the black. So we'll strip this back a little bit further. And this will give us a better connection on our inside of our wire nut. So it doesn't matter which black, so this is a black load wire. So we'll get our insulation even at the bottom like this here. We'll get our strands and we'll wrap our strands around our stranded wire there. Have our insulation even at the bottom and our copper even at the end. Take our yellow wire nut and we'll just put it on here. And we're going to make sure our insulation goes down into the wire nut. So we're going to take our other black wire and we'll get to our red wire in the heater. Okay, I'll strip this one a little longer. Okay, we'll take our black one from the load side. We'll get to the red on our heater here. And we'll get our insulation even at the bottom like this here. And we'll wrap our strands together like this. See how they're going together? And see how they will end even at the bottom. And our copper insulation's even up here. And our copper's even down here. And we'll put our wire nut on. Make sure insulation goes into the bottom of our wire nut. And there we go. Now we have our black and white line. We'll hook to our power here. So I'll strip these conductors a little longer so we get a nice wrap around our solid wires here. And it doesn't matter since they're both live. It's a 220, 240 volt circuit. So let's get our insulation even at the bottom. We'll wrap our strands around our solid wire like that. Get our copper even at the end and our insulation even down here on the bottom. Make sure our insulation goes into that wire nut. Make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure it's tight. And we'll do our other black one on the red here, which is our power coming in. So we'll get our insulation even at the bottom and we'll wrap our strands around our solid wire here. Make sure our copper is even at the end and our insulation is even at the bottom here like this. Nice and even. Put our wire nut on. Make sure insulation goes into the bottom of the wire nut. Make sure it's nice and tight. Get our junk out of here. Now we'll push our wire down into the cellar here. Make sure it goes down in. Our wire gets down in the wall here. screw in the heater here. Okay, so now we'll just get our wires into our box here. Make sure our ground wire is back up out of the way here. Okay, it's down all the way. We'll have it on off. And we have an extra cover for another heater. Okay, so wires are together in here. So we just have to put our screw Okay, so we'll stick this back in here out of the way. And we'll just put our cover back on. Well, if it's not gonna go, it's not gonna go. You don't get upset. You don't get all frustrated. You just have somebody else do it if you can't do it. I'll ram it in with this. Hopefully this will make it go. There we go, we got it in, and it's on. Okay, so we ran the wire over here yesterday, and today we're going to hook it up into our breaker box. So we're going to be taking this 30 regular double pole breaker out. You know what's easier than pawing through everything? You just rip it out. This is a water heater that was on this one. So this is the regular double pole, and this is a quad breaker, which is two double pole breakers in one. As you can see, they're both the same width. So we'll put our double pole breaker. There we go. We'll make sure they're both off. And we'll get our two outer ones is the 30 amp. I'm going to take my hat off so you just don't see a visor in the way. So we'll put our black one, bring it down here. We'll straighten it out a little bit neater here. And we'll bring it over and we'll put it up here. Strip with our number 10. Oh. Make sure it's in all the way. That'll be nice. Oh, here it is. Just push on it, make sure it's in all the way here. Make sure it's in all the way. There's our black one. Now we're going to have to remark this white wire live because it's a 240 volt circuit. Okay, there's a bare spot in it anyway, so we have to tape it up some. But we have to remark it so people know that it is live. And we'll go back down since there was a cut in the wire that somebody else did. So according to the NEC, when you use a white wire live, you're supposed to remark it with either black, red, or blue tape. And those are the live colors we use here in the country I was born in. White is the only color allowed for a neutral on 120, 240, or 208. Strip it with our number 10 hole. Alrighty. We'll just make sure it's in all the way. We'll tighten our screws up. Okay, so we got our wire back out of the way. Now we'll put our new heater wire in that we are installing. We're going to use a push-in wire Romex connector here. We'll just pop it in the bottom here. Make sure you get all your debris out. Now we'll bring our ground wire over here. Bring it across the bottom here. We'll bend it up and we'll come up and we'll go in right over here. So just push it in all the way here, and we'll just tighten our wire into our connection there. We'll just push it back, make sure it's all nice and flat in here. Okay, now we'll bring our black wire. Now we're going to get up onto the 20 here. So we'll bring our black one down. Here, we'll come up. And we'll go to our inside one right here. So I'm going to make sure my wire is in the hole there. I'll hold it in. Make sure it's nice and tight, and we can get it back out of the way here. We want to make sure this screw, these two cover screws don't hit any of our wires. So I'm going to go back with it here. Now we're going to do the same with our white wire. We'll bring it down, and we'll bring it up, and we'll go in right over here. And again, we're going to have to remark it with some black tape, just to let people know it's live. And you got to do it fairly close to the breaker so other people know. Okay, so we'll just push in on it here. We'll tighten our screw. And we'll just push our wires back so they're away from this cover screw. I'm going to make sure our cover screw isn't going to hit the wires. Nope. So I'll bring the camera down close so you can see that hooked up close. Okay, so we got to get a few staples along here. Oh, how nice. I want up on the side of this thing, so I just enjoy it. Just be thankful what's out there. So I'm just gotta be thankful. Can't win everything. So you gotta be thankful. I want it on the other side of that cross piece, but it's not. And you know what? Complaining is not going to change anything, so we're going to be thankful it's out. Just be happy. Because you can't always get everything you want. Okay, so we'll put our cover back on. Make sure the wires are going to get pinched anywhere. And we can't find a screw, so we're going to look, and if we find it, good. If we can't, we're just going to go buy another one. We're not going to get worked up. We're not going to get upset. None of that helps. So if we don't find it, we don't find it, and we'll just buy another one. That's all. It's just so simple. And I found it. So sometimes you get lucky and you find it, and when you don't, you just buy another one, and you don't piss and moan, you don't complain. It's not going to help you. Just buying another one will solve the problem when you can't find something. So I just got to make sure my breakers are all seated in here properly. Everything is good, so we'll turn our water heater on, turn our heater we just hooked up on. So that is how to install an electric heater here in the country I was born in, wiring it from the heater going back to the breaker box. Peace. Thanks for watching.